Well, hello, everybody. This is Tuesday Night Strike with E Honda. That's right, we're calling it Night Strike because why not? Because it's Tuesday and it's night, so we're gonna strike. I feel like shit right now, man. I caught something from the kids and I'm fucking like not feeling great. So whatever, we're gonna do a chat anyway.
Oh, the pink eye.
You're a trooper.
Something like that, dude. I've had a fever for like a day and a half now, and like I've been coughing up bullshit and blowing my nose constantly. And
Was it coming on during last night's chat?
yeah, definitely had it last night.
Okay.
No, it was coming on like Sunday night's chat is when I started feeling like shit.
Yeah.
And then, like Monday, I felt like dog shit all day, and today I felt like dog shit all day too. So
you're 2 days on then.
yeah, hopefully tomorrow I feel better because I got to work tomorrow.
Yeah. Are you taking a pretty good quality multivitamin?
I don't know. Is Equate pretty good quality?
It's generic, but it's okay.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Sounds good.
That and Tylenol and drinking soda and juice and shit. And I was gonna go get some Jamba Juice, but I found out they close at like 7:00, so that was out the door.
Yeah.
And the kids are out of town right now. The kids are in Georgia visiting her sister for a week. So I've got the doggo right now, which is cool. I like the doggo. But then he got mud butt last night when I was feeling all shitty. He
Nice.
wanted to go out at like 4:00 in the morning, and I wasn't gonna do it because I felt like shit. And then he pooped all over my fucking rug, so that was nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
Did Trump get arrested today?
No, they say that it's gonna happen tomorrow though.
Oh, okay.
There was some bomb threat called into the court. Like someone called it a bomb threat to the court where they, where they issued the warrant or whatever. I don't know if that has anything to do with not being arrested today, but
well, they're not going to arrest him. He's in fucking Florida. Like,
yeah.
What are they going to do?
Yeah.
They can issue a warrant for his arrest, but they can't actually arrest him.
Well, DeSantis said that he wouldn't fucking arrest him anyway, right?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
Like, what are they going to fucking do?
Send federal agents, maybe?
Well, it's a state fucking thing. It's not a federal case. It's a state case.
Can a state send federal agents to like enforce their warrant or whatever?
They can send state agents. So they could send like the fucking how every state has their own little version of like an FBI,
Okay,
like an investigatory fucking arm or whatever, gets people on warrants and stuff like that. They could send them, but then they can only do that if fucking Florida allows it.
Right.
So,
but generally speaking, if it's a state level crime, the individual state can't call in the federal government. Generally speaking, they can't or they won't usually.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I don't know. Has this ever happened before where they're like, okay, like Texas has a warrant out for a guy in New Jersey, right?
Right.
Oh yeah.
But New Jersey doesn't want to fucking enforce that warrant. What does Texas do? I don't think I've ever heard of that.
It happens all the time.
Oh yeah.
Just because it's people who nobody gives a shit about because they're regular people, so you never hear about it. But it happens all the time.
Yeah, it has to do with their extradition agreements with other states. Like, for instance, Texas and Oklahoma have an extradition because of close proximity. It just makes sense. So if somebody's wanted in Texas and they flee to Oklahoma and they're on the highway and they get pulled over by the Oklahoma State Patrol, it says here you got a warrant out of Texas, step out of the car, you're under arrest or whatever like that. And then Oklahoma will transport him back to Texas because they have that agreement. I don't believe such an agreement exists in Florida with regards to New York.
Even if it did, the governor can override that.
Right.
Well, and
but it also depends on what the crime is, too.
Right, I was just going to say
crime that's egregious enough, any state will allow you to come in
and
take
So, right. Yeah, versus like you get a speeding ticket in Utah. It's like, well, I guess I'm just never going to Utah again.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Not the good old days fleeing from another state.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I drove across the entire state of Utah at like an average speed of 105 and never even saw a cop, dude. Like Utah is fucking great for speeding.
Yeah.
Because Utah's got like 3 million people in the whole state.
And they all live in Salt Lake City. Yeah.
And
Yeah,
then
all around Salt Lake City.
like Wyoming and Montana are like that too. It's just open. There's like a highway going through and nothing but like mountains and fields going, you know, as far as the eye can see on either side of you. No deputy or state patrolman to be seen.
That's not true about Wyoming, no.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you try to drive across Wyoming at 105, you'll get fucking 10 speeding tickets by the time you make it across the state.
Oh, okay.
I expect a state like that, they got people in there waiting.
And when we drove across Montana, I don't think we saw like maybe one cop the entire time. So maybe Montana's like that too.
Yeah.
Because everyone there lives in like Billings, you know. But if I won the lottery, that's the state that I'd move to. Like if I had like fuck you money and I can buy a house in any state that I want and, you know, like retire and live for the rest of my life comfortably.
That was one of my areas, but you know, I never experienced the cold.
Yeah, I mean it's cold up there, but it's also hot during the summer, you know. Like it's the same as anywhere else. But Kalispell is a fucking cool town, dude. I would love to live there.
That's a good topic for discussion. If you had the means to go to any state and say you had $10 million or whatever some money, where would you go?
Well, he already said those two, and maybe Texas, but yeah. Colorado would have been nice too. But
if I had enough money where I didn't give a shit about the laws, right? Like I can have a big chunk of land and do whatever the fuck I want because who the fuck cares? Because I can move out in the middle of bumfuck nowhere.
Mm-hmm.
You know, something like that. Then yeah, it'd be like fucking, you know, Montana. You know, because while it's not, they don't have as good a laws as Texas. They're close enough that I can kind of ignore the shit. If I've got like, if I can live out in the middle of fucking nowhere and have everything I need and have all the guns I fucking want and not worry about anything, then I'm like, yeah, fuck it. I'll move up there.
Dude, Montana's great. Wyoming's actually pretty fucking, like, depending on what part. If you're in the plains area where you just drive north on I-25, yeah, that kind of sucks because there's nothing really besides little tiny towns. It's like kind of hilly, but mostly flat and gets super fucking windy and super fucking cold.
Oh, but yeah, that's what I heard.
I'd like to live around like Yellowstone area. That'd be pretty fucking cool.
Yeah.
I'll get one of those Winnebagos and I'll start broadcasting.
Well, it's funny. I was just looking at this. That's what I would get was because you know it's supposed to be for more rules and all that stuff. Is get a Jeep. I want a Jeep.
Yeah, Jeeps are fine. What kind of Jeep were you thinking about getting?
Because I was just looking at them. Maybe like a Gladiator or like a Jeep. You know, the regular, you know, Jeep looking like, you know, what types? Not the ones that are not more SUV.
Well, there's
like I saw a Sport S. That was look nice.
The Wrangler.
Yeah, there's
Wranglers. Yeah, Wrangler. Yeah, you go.
And then there's fucking, what is it, the Wagoneer or something like that?
I only chose the Wrangler because you know it's got that back cover because the Gladiator doesn't have that back cover, but it has that. But it has a big trunk though.
Wranglers suck to drive on the highway if you've never done it. They're very
because of the steering.
The wheelbase is very short, so the steering, like, it feels like you're always correcting the direction that you're going in because it doesn't want to just go straight.
That's what I've heard. I was just looking at that yesterday, and I saw somebody in the comments. Oh, all you gotta do is change the part of the steering and put a metal one or something like. And I'm noticing all the comments is like, I guess people who have Jeeps, they always tune and customize their cars all the time.
I think I remember Yankee said that Jeeps drive like bricks. Like when you reach a certain speed.
Yeah.
Yeah, like going on the highway kind of sucks in a Wrangler. But like going anywhere off-road, dude, like that's the vehicle to have because you can go.
Yeah, that's what pretty much I heard.
You put a winch on that, you put some fucking big-ass knobby tires on it and get like a 6-inch raise on it or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I think. If you was going somewhere to live in like a hardcore rural area, you have to have a Jeep.
Well, the original Willys Jeep, if I'm not mistaken, only had a top speed of about 50.
With the CTs or whatever.
Yeah, well, the World War II ones. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they had like 35, 40 horsepower and maybe a top speed of about 50. I mean, the design itself didn't start out as a luxury, kind of thing. It didn't start out as a luxury vehicle. It was just basic transportation.
I've always wanted a Wrangler, but they're goddamn expensive too. Is the other thing.
Yeah.
Like
I saw one for like 30, but
yeah,
I heard they're trying to sell them a lot, expensive depending where you go. So you got to be careful whose dealerships and stuff you're dealing with.
Finding one for less than 10 is pretty fucking rare, Yeah. And if you find one for less than 10, it's because it's a piece of shit.
But I wouldn't have no problem spending for that money, but I'd still like my little sporting car, drive fast.
I saw a Jeep Wrangler. It had a hard top and it was painted all army green and it had a little white star on it. It was in the parking lot of one of the malls that I was working. I thought that was pretty cool. Little throwback.
I think the Rubicon is the ultimate off-road one, maybe. Like the top of the line off-road one, I think.
Yeah.
Dude, if I had one, I'd paint it like Jurassic Park Jeep.
I've seen too many of that out here.
Nice.
I have too.
That's kind of cool. I like it.
I know. Yeah, who doesn't like it?
Yeah. So what's going on, chat? You guys got anything you want to talk about tonight? Because I ain't got shit. We're just talking.
I got something for you. It's directly related to the type of chats that we do. You know that that couple that was outside a sandwich shop, and then there was a lady that tried to block him in and stuff like that. A couple of years ago, there was, I guess, for lack of a better term, a white couple, and they were being blocked in by a black teenager's mom or whatever, and she ended up
out of Michigan. Maybe that's what you're thinking of.
Something. She ended up pulling a gun because they wouldn't let her out.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Charges dismissed on that case.
Good.
Yeah.
One time I was walking. The kids were little. I was probably like 10 years ago, something like that. I was getting the kids some McDonald's. Right. We parked the car, and I was holding their hands, and we walked across the parking lot, and like the part where people drive. And this big ass SUV comes through the parking lot going like 40 miles an hour, dude. And I had to like grab both the kids by the arm, pick them up, and run like 4 or 5 steps to get to the curb to get out of this dude's way. Right? So I was pissed. I was fucking pissed. Like if I hadn't been aware, if I hadn't, we would have been hit by that car. Fucking all 3 of us would have been like paralyzed or fucked up for life or dead. And so I'm pissed, and I'm like, what the fuck, right? And this guy slams on his brakes, and this like 350-pound, 6'7" black dude gets out, and he's like, "What'd you say to me?" And I was like, "Slow the fuck down!" Like I was so fucking pissed, dude. I don't care if you're a 350-pound black, and I didn't used to carry a gun back then. This is before I carried a gun. I was ready to fucking like die in defense of my children, and he saw that shit in my eyes. And he backed down. So that happened. Yeah. You guys got any McDonald's parking lot stories?
Not really.
Yeah. I saw a couple of people get into a fight over some bullshit. Oh, last night when I was coming home from work, there was a homeless dude that was outside the convenience store, and where I get gas and usually get something to drink after my shift, and he's like, "Excuse me, sir, this and that," and I was like, "No, not at all, no." But he didn't even get to answer. He's like, "What do you mean? I didn't tell you nothing." I said, "Just go away," like that. And then so he comes in and he starts barking at me, and I'm like, "Dude," and I kind of pulled my jacket off to the side, and I showed like that, and he's like, "Man," he just starts cursing, and the guy behind the counter says, "Get out of here or I'm calling the cops." And I looked at him, he says, "Not you, the other guy," like that. So I'm like, okay, cool. And so this dude starts going and starting fights with like some of the people like at the pumps, like holding his arms out saying, what the fuck? This and that. And finally like that. And I said, look, this guy's out there trying to start some trouble here. He calls the cops come and they immediately like subdue him. They saw him like flailing and doing stuff, and they immediately like cuff him, and they ended up taking him to jail. Apparently, he had warrants, so don't act a fool when you're wanted by the law. Yeah, that was pretty interesting.
If I was homeless, I'd probably commit some crimes just to like go to jail for a night so that I could be warm and have some food. You know what I mean?
No, you won't be warm. Right, not in the Chicago jail, you would not be warm.
Yeah,
be freezing as shit.
Well, plus you got to deal with the jail. Like that can kind of suck, depending on the jail. You guys ever been to jail before?
Yes.
No.
I've been inside a prison, but not as an offender.
I got arrested once. I got arrested.
I mean, I was in the back of a squad car.
What'd you go to jail for, Leo? If you don't mind me asking. Feel free to not say. I don't care.
Not for having guns without a Ford.
Having guns for what?
A Floyd card?
Yeah.
Oh.
How'd you get caught?
An illegal stop. That was the reason why I got off.
Oh,
so
okay.
They stopped you for like bullshit reasons and then searched you and found the gun and then arrested you.
Yep.
But then
they had no
bullshit. They had to let yeah, nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. They had no probable cause. So.
Right.
That shit happens. Dude, when we were in high school, we were driving around in my buddy's car and there was like 5 people in this, like every seat's fucking full. And it was back in the day where like we all wanted to smoke weed and hang out together, but you couldn't do it at anyone's house, right? There was no place that we could go to smoke weed that we wouldn't be harassed. Like you go to a park or something, but people are going to fucking ask questions and harass you and call the cops. So the only option is everyone just piles in a car and we all just smoke and go down the road. You know what I mean? Because that's just what we did. So we were, 5 of us rolling around smoking, probably like been going for 20, 30 minutes. Like we're getting close to done. We're still driving around. Didn't realize that the guy driving the car was making like big circles around the fucking police station. Right? And like I'm hitting the pipe and I blow it out. And as I'm blowing it out, the red and blue lights turn on behind us and I see it through the smoke in front of me. And I'm just like, fuck. Right?
Oh, man.
Ends up that there's like 5 or 6 cop cars behind us that have been tailing us for some time. And they pull the dude over, right? They pulled the guy. I wasn't driving. They pulled the guy driving over, pulled him out of the car. They pulled the guy in the front seat out of the car, searched them both, don't find anything. And then they're like, can we search the car? And he's like, no. And they're like, well, we would like to search the car. Can we search the car? And he's like, no, you can't. And they had to like let us go because there was, I mean, I don't know how they couldn't smell the weed. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But I think that they were afraid of his parents having a lawyer and having to fight the shit, so they just let us go.
Yeah.
Daryl Dixon.
Daryl Dixon.
Daryl Dixon. Who is that? Is it Duke?
I bet money that's Duke.
He hasn't said word one. He just comes in here to sleep or what?
Yep, pretty much, I guess.
That's so. I mean, I'm kind of sleeping, but I'm in this chair, so I'm on guard.
You're on guard.
It's raining outside.
Oh, that's good sleeping weather.
Oh yeah, big time.
Mm-hmm.
That and snow.
I'm tired as hell right now too. We've been at the range today shooting. I haven't did that in a minute.
I just bought some parts right now last night.
What did you shoot?
The new M&P shield, the old M&P shield, the Canik TP9S, the PX4 Storm,
Nice.
Ruger SR9C, and Taurus G2C.
Oh, nice.
So which one did you like more?
The shield all the way.
Oh,
dude,
both shields.
Is the chat frozen on the side for you guys? Because it hasn't moved in like forever. 8:22 was the last chat. It's 8:34 right now. It's been 12 minutes.
I don't have the chat open, so I can't.
I'm looking at it through my app, so I haven't seen nothing move yet.
All right, well, I'm going to reload the page. It's probably going to drop me out. I'll be right back.
All right. No, now it's moving.
Okay. Oh yeah. By the way, I went ahead and email ordered another Mossberg 520 gauge.
Nice.
So
20
I haven't.
gauge?
Yeah, I love me some 20 gauge. I haven't bought it. I haven't got it yet, so it's not a round of applause thing, but it's coming.
Do you have a 20 gauge? I mean 12 gauge?
No, not anymore.
Okay, so it froze. We've got a new chat member, Daniel. Daniel also gifted 5 memberships, Jesus Christ, to Eric, Eduardo, the Teddy Bear, and Mike White. So there you go.
Wow.
Yeah. Stephen Carroll dropped in his 7-month membership chat. I don't know. What do you call that?
Member for 7 months?
Yeah. Membership super chat.
And says this is really $300 because, you know.
It identifies as $300.
Yep. It And then Daniel says, gonna be in India for the next 2 weeks-ish. Anyone got advice other than don't drink the water AIDS? India? I mean...
Find a great corner to poop at. That's what I say.
I've never been to India, so I can't speak from firsthand experience. I know, what's that there's some reporter who went to India and got, like, peer pressured into eating human. You remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Wasn't it that guy from CNN? What the heck is his name?
CNN, totally CNN. I forget his name, though.
Yeah, like was it Ramaswamy or something like that?
Yeah, Rahm Emanuel. That's what it is.
No, not Rahm Emanuel. It was he had an Eastern name. I can't remember his name, but yeah, he ate like human brain or something like that.
Yeah, Rahm Emanuel was the Chicago mayor.
Yep.
But he probably also ate human too.
Yeah, he probably.
I wouldn't doubt it.
Dude, what the fuck? The chat's still not moving in StreamYard.
It's moving on my end. Well, I got it on YouTube.
Well, I've got it. It's moving on YouTube. YouTube's fine, but I can't pull up the chats here. This is the last chat. Was from the smoke saying sorry, and then if you go over to YouTube, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's like 20 chats behind where the chat's at.
Yeah.
I got to dip out, guys. I got to take a call. I'll talk to you later.
All right. Okay. Well, whatever. Fucking StreamYard's being gay. Do you guys get advertisements for StreamYard when you're watching YouTube videos?
On StreamYard? No.
Yeah, like StreamYard saying like, hey, pay for our service so that you can do your live streams.
No.
Nope.
It just shows you how fucking stupid the algorithm is because it keeps giving me notification. It keeps trying to get me to sign up for StreamYard when I'm signed up for StreamYard. I already pay you guys money. I don't know why you're wasting the money on advertising for me, but it's not helping because I'm already buying your product. I don't know. It's weird. Daniel dropped in too. See, I can't pull him up. Daniel dropped in too and said, got it. Don't eat anything that looks like pork. Yeah, you don't want the long pork. Stephen Carroll dropped in 20.
Very good.
And said, do the cops in your area demand the IDs of everyone in the car? Cop was really mad when I didn't have my wallet. My friend got stopped for speeding. It depends. I've had that happen before where they like want to ID everyone in the car.
Yeah.
But they don't have any, I don't think they have any right to do that. I think they can ask, right? They can be like, hey, can I have your ID? But unless you break a law, at least in Colorado, they don't have any legal reason to ask you for your ID or to demand.
They just check if you got warrants and shit.
Well, right, but they don't have any reason to check that unless you've already broken a law. Like they can't just like walk down the street and just check everyone's ID and make sure that they don't have warrants.
Yeah. For that part, I don't even know which states. You could do that or not do that.
Well, I think that's a constitutional thing, right? It's like a Fourth Amendment right to be secure in your papers and your things and shit. I mean, that's why they can't do stop and frisk in New York anymore because that was upheld by the Supreme Court saying that that's not constitutional. That you have to be able to say a specific crime that you're suspected of committing or that you're in the act of when I saw you. You know what I mean?
They try to get around that shit with Terry stops.
What's a Terry stop?
Terry v. Ohio. It was one of the Supreme Court rulings back in like the 70s, I think. It's what they added into constitutional carry here when they passed it last year. Ironically enough, they caught a 19-year-old kid who was constitutionally carrying the other day because of it.
Okay, but what's a Terry stop? What does that mean?
Basically, the way that they were talking in the constitutional carry legislation is if you have two tinted windows or whatever the case be, because, factory tint and shit, they're like, oh, we can pull you over because it's probable cause now. Like stupid shit like that.
Do you guys have like tint on your windows? I have a little bit on mine, but not like an illegal amount. Just enough so you can't like easily see me. You know what I mean?
My last car had some really good tint until I had that car crash. Now I barely have any tint.
I like tint on my car, man. I don't like everyone looking and seeing what I'm up to or whatever. Not that I'm up to anything bad. I just, if I want you to see me, I'll roll down my fucking window.
Yeah, me, I had no problem going 80% or whatever, but
Kerosene is Red Bull. What are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about. Does he only say facts about Ohio, says Daniel? Oh, Jesus.
I think I only state facts about Chicago.
And most of my shit's about Colorado. So
Right.
That's the way it is.
Yeah.
Just like Matt's always like, well, in Texas, the Texas thing is bigger because it's Texas.
We have no laws here.
Oh, that sucks that you're not in Texas. The thing that sucks about Texas is you guys don't have like very much public land. Like there is some public land in Texas, but it's all like national park and shit. Like Colorado, like half of the land of Colorado is owned by no one. So you can go camping, you can go fishing, you can go hiking, you can go shooting, you can go hunting, you can go.
Oh, so it's a lot of BLM land.
Yeah. Like half of the state, dude.
Yeah, I know we got pockets out here like that, but
Just buy some land. It's cheap as fuck. Where's the cheapest land at right now?
Detroit.
East Palestine, Ohio.
Oh, wow. I was going to say Mississippi. The cost of living is so friggin' cheap over there.
All right, let's look for land in Ohio. We're going to go price low to high. Can you do that? Okay, max of 25,000. That's the only way you can do it, huh? $11,000 for a half an acre. That's more expensive than Colorado. $7,000 for a quarter acre.
How developed is it though? Like, is it ready? Is it utility ready, or is it?
Yeah, I think these are like lots for sale.
Yeah. Because I know there's land available like in West Texas going towards like El Paso and stuff that's completely and totally undeveloped. You can buy it for like $2,000 an acre, but there's nothing there. There's no well, there's no power going out there or anything like that. You have to.
I heard the land is pretty cheap in this place called Jonestown. I don't know if I ever heard. I don't know if y'all heard of it.
My brother-in-law has 7 acres in the foothills, not crazy far from here. That he said that I could fucking do whatever I want with if I want to do something with it. It's only 7 acres, and it's on a fucking hillside, though, is the problem. So I need, like, excavator equipment to, like, flatten out a spot to build on, and you got to worry about like, fucking crazy snowfalls, creating an avalanche behind your house and shit like that,
Yeah.
But it'd be cool. Build like a little fucking log cabin and put some chickens out there and grow a little bit of corn or whatever. Actually, nothing grows up there, dude. It's impossible to grow fucking food up there. But you could have chickens. You could have a couple. You could have like a cow, maybe.
Oh, that's
I
what I was
imagine-
thinking on. Some chicken and pigs.
I imagine for a price, you can probably make the soil fertile enough to grow something. It's going to cost you, though.
Yeah, I want an avocado tree. I want some strawberries.
Yeah.
A bunch of
That
stuff.
should grow in California, but I don't think I've ever seen anyone in Colorado with an avocado tree in their backyard.
Well, yeah, it's cold there. I
Avocado.
mean, that's why you make your greenhouse or whatever.
Loves the Chief says, I was served Wendy's Baconators my times in local jail for DUI. So you got a DUI and they gave you a Baconator?
Lucky.
Yeah, I would like that. I would like awesome.
They gave us bologna sandwiches and a quart of juice.
I take it you were locked up on the weekends, huh?
Daniel says you can get land in pretty developed areas of Texas for less than 2K an acre.
I think it was a Wednesday.
Is it
How
2K an acre?
How many
yeah,
acres do you need to have so that you can hunt on it legally? Is it 5
10.
or like 10?
It's 10, yeah.
Okay, that's funny. It's funny that it says you need 10 acres just to hunt, but 50 acres to shoot in your land. Great.
Well, it's 10 acres because my dad's got 5 acres, and we would shoot out there all the time. And technically, it's not legal, but nobody ever complained until a couple of city folks came out there and started complaining. So then the sheriff had to come around and just say, "Hey, look, don't do that anymore." He didn't do it. He never issued any citations or anything, but he was like, "Yeah, we got some complaints and this and that, and we're gonna have to pull the plug on that." But generally speaking, if you own a ranch, which is 10 acres, and you can own livestock and stuff like that, you can all of the other stuff kind of falls into place along with it, like hunting and shooting and that kind of stuff.
What state you're in, Dan?
Texas.
Okay. And the people moved, and the new people that moved in, they were also from Texas?
I don't know where they were from. They were probably from the city. They could have been from Texas. They were just from San Antonio or whatever like that.
Oh, okay.
If I bought 10 acres, could I live off the fat of the land?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can. I just found it like that I can't shoot in my own land.
I'm about to say were they like California implants or something like that?
Yeah, who knows?
Right.
They could have still been from Texas, but maybe they were from like Dallas or Houston or something like that. Or
Right.
My guess is that they were from San Antonio, because San Antonio it used to be kind of a working class, blue collar kind of place where everybody was like no nonsense, and then you started getting kind of cosmopolitan there with a bunch of like I guess people from California and stuff like that moving into Texas, maybe.
In Austin.
I mean, it does look nice.
Yeah.
Smoke says you can live off of 1 acre. Is that true?
Yeah. If you plant a garden, yeah. You can plant a garden. If you can grow a garden with a rich enough crop yield, you can eat the food. I mean, there's no, especially out in the county, there's no ordinance against rain catchment or anything like that. So you can essentially irrigate your own crops and do all that stuff, completely off grid.
So pretty much, Dan, legally, 10 acres is good enough if some critter comes around your area to shoot at.
Yeah. As far as I know, now don't get me wrong, that is what I've always understood, and that is what has been cited to me by people in the know. So for whatever that's worth.
Depends on the location too. Is like if you live within city limits.
Oh yeah.
Then the city ordinances apply. If you live within a county that has rules, then county ordinance apply.
Yeah. Because most likely from the areas I want to look at, I don't want to say it'll be that far from the city, but I got no problem busting an hour drive or whatever, that shit. But the places I found, if I really want like cheap 50 acres land, I got to live like all the way west, and I'm going to be near the desert.
Like the neighborhood that I grew up in, right, in Colorado, is fairly dense. Everyone's got like a half acre of land, so you got like a decent yard. Everyone's got a decent yard. But no one can hunt there. It's completely illegal to hunt there. Like a couple of years back, someone took a bow and arrow and shot one of the deer in his front yard. And then it like ran away and died in someone else's yard. And it was all this like huge deal. Like, who did that? Who would do such a thing? Like they killed the deer. Right? So like killing the deer there is faux pas. But you almost can't drive down the fucking road without hitting one. There's so many of them, dude. It's ridiculous how many fucking deer there are. Like they need to get fucking cold.
Man, I wish dinner would fall down in my front yard.
Yeah.
Hey,
Well, I was gonna say, what's the deer? What's the hunting laws there? And
Well, you gotta be in the correct area. That's not where the deer are, though. The deer are in the neighborhood. People feed them.
Right.
oh, that shit. Okay, I know what you're
So
saying.
they're all in the neighborhood where, like, 10,000 people live in like their little half-acre houses.
Yep.
And there's as many deer as there are people, almost.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. So they're smart about it. Those deer, and I heard they did like to tear up shit too. So they are a nuisance.
I do know that you can hunt wild hogs here in Texas year round. It's considered a non-game animal.
Oh yeah. I'm aware of that. I'm a big fan of bacon and ribs. So I'm trying to figure out where. I never saw one when I was out there.
Yeah.
I was like, where they at?
You can kill coyotes out here like that.
Oh yeah.
Coyotes are considered to be a fucking pest species.
Right.
They'll fucking kill your fucking animals, dude. Like
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
a dog,
Some
whatever.
coyotes. Had coyotes over. Took one of my uncle's spot over that Riverside Corona area. They be up in those hills.
But would you eat a coyote?
I suppose if I was hungry enough.
Tastes like dirty bullshit, I would think.
Oh, it's close to a dog and a cat. I mean, those type of animals. So I expect the meat not to be that good.
But people do eat mountain lions, though.
Mm-hmm.
People eat mountain lions?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was watching YouTube videos on that. People hunt mountain lions to eat.
What?
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't say no about it.
But still,
depends on
you're
how
just
hungry
eating
you
a
are.
giant cat, really.
Well,
Yeah,
the problem is, though, like, whatever contaminants are in the land end up in the rabbits and the birds and the little animals. And then the bigger animals that eat those, like a mountain lion, gets all of that toxin and bullshit that's in the environment, like, condensed into its meat and into its fat. Same thing with that. Like, that's why you don't eat shark, right? Because shark has dangerous levels of fucking mercury because they eat the fish that have little bits of mercury, which a little bit of mercury, like, you don't want too much, but a little bit, here and there is not going to kill you, from eating fish. But you eat shark too much, it'll fuck your brain up, dude.
I can only eat that one time.
And that's how you get corona.
Dude, shark's delicious. Have you guys ever had shark?
I've had shark steak. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a steak, dude. It's not like a fucking piece of fish. It's like a steak.
Well, I mean, somebody made it into a burger for mine, but it was good. There's some little very hot, sweet, like chili sauce on it.
But I mean, if you're hungry enough and somebody puts a big slab of cooked meat in front of you and says it's like, something exotic animal, it's like, I wouldn't turn it down. It all depends on what kind of a situation you're in,
Mm-mm.
Supposedly the best meat that you've ever had in your entire life is black bear during blackberry season.
Huh.
Because that, like, all they're doing is like rolling through the mountainside, eating blackberries all day and night. And then you kill the motherfucker, right? And like slaughter it or whatever and get some steaks or whatever out of it, some back straps.
Yeah.
Its fat is purple.
Yep, that's all what it looks like. I mean,
Because of all the berry stuff in it?
All the berries, and it has that flavor to it.
Nice.
That like sweet flavor, like that's inside of the meat,
Yeah, that doesn't sound so bad.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a guy. It was on Joe Rogan, and he was talking about like, a camping trip, like hunting trip that they were on. And they got this black bear, and they took some of the fat and put it in like this metal cup and put it on the fire and just melted the cup down.
Mm-hmm.
Like melted the fat and just drank it like coffee. And he said it was like the best thing he's ever fucking had.
Yeah,
like blueberry syrup.
Yep.
Yeah, because they're kind of the same way too. When it's like if you have one with a bear eating them, but salmon, you get more of that salmon taste to it.
Yeah,
right.
I would like to.
That's gross. I don't want meat that tastes
I would like to try bear. The only thing just worried about. Yeah, definitely need to find somebody who knows how to cook it because. Yeah,
So
because some people you have to certain way you have to season a bear, and sometimes a lot of bear got parasites and shit.
So you're eating a fruity bear. That's nice to know.
Well, I imagine if you were to take pretty much any animal and grind the meat up and boil it, that pretty much kills anything. You know what I mean? It takes some of the nutrients out, but it'll kill also the harmful stuff too.
So if you hunt Winnie the Pooh, and he's just full of honey, the meat's gonna taste like honey.
Oh, I bet that motherfucker's delicious.
Oh man,
Yeah.
yes.
I never thought of that.
Oh bother.
Oh, bother.
Yeah.
Hunt him and Piglet.
Fucking 100-acre wood.
And Eeyore.
I
See,
don't
that's-
know.
I don't know about
Man,
you.
Because Winnie the Pooh, remember, he carries a gun too, so
Yeah, he
too
does
bad.
carry
Yeah,
a
that's
double
true.
barrel. He does.
Yeah.
That's what you need, those 100 acres of woods. That way you don't even have to, like, try. You just go around hunting every day like fucking, like a savage.
Mm.
Yeah, but Winnie the Pooh has a double barrel shotgun. If you have a rifle, you'll be able to get to him before he gets to you.
No, well, if you go into his cave, then all things are equal. Then.
That's why you got
Is
to
it-
wait until he comes out.
Yeah.
2A for you and me says I don't eat predator meat as a rule. Yeah, and again, that's that biosensation thing that we were talking about a second ago.
Then you
There's
should
a
be able to eat fish. Fish is a predator. It eats worms and bugs and shit.
Chickens are predators. They eat fucking bugs and worms and shit.
Yep.
Yep.
They also they're omnivores. They also eat grain nuggets and stuff like that too.
Pigs will eat meat.
beans too.
Pigs will put whatever meat that you have and eat it. Pigs will eat
Right.
bacon. You put bacon in front of a pig, they'll chomp that shit.
Shit,
Yeah.
chicken the same way. No matter what the fuck you give it to them,
Yeah.
like just want to eat.
You ever
That's
see
how Matt.
in South Park that where Cartman accidentally creates zombies by feeding beef jerky to cows, and then the people
Yeah.
eat the cow meat.
They actually, the makers of South Park did like a comedy special kind of thing, and they fed bacon to a pig live. I know it's just a pig, but I was kind of mortified at that. I was like,
I ain't gonna lie, my goofy ass would do some shit like that too.
Dude, animals fucking cannibalize in the wild all the fucking time.
Yeah.
Right? Like,
yeah, true.
when I was a kid, we caught this little mouse. This mouse was in the house and it like came right up to my brother and like ate some food out of his hand, and then we like trapped it and put it in a cage, and we're like, oh, we have this like nice mouse, that wild mouse that decided to like befriend us. That's cool. And then like a couple days later, it gave birth to like 10 little baby mice, you know?
Mhm.
Like, oh, cool, we got like a family of mice now. Sweet. That's cool. And then overnight, the mom died. Right?
Mhm.
And in the morning, we were like, oh, the mom's dead. That's so sad. Like, we don't want to take her out of the cage, though, because, like, the babies will be sad if we take his mom away. And then they ate the mom.
Well, if they were in the cage, how else are they going to get fed?
They've got seeds. They've got water. They got everything they need. They wanted to eat meat.
Yeah.
Well, the question is how born was those babies?
They were
The
old enough,
whole,
they were old enough where they weren't the pinky mice anymore. Like, they started to grow.
Okay.
okay.
Like,
That's
old enough to
nuts.
eat seeds. Yeah, it's gross, dude. We couldn't get rid of those mice fast enough after they ate their mom. Fuck those mice.
Yeah.
Throw a firecracker.
Ugh. That's why mercury's higher in tuna than in carp. That's why I eat much. Not that I eat much carp. Yeah, like canned tuna can be really bad for you. Shrimp, believe it or not, can be really bad for you depending on where they're from. They were doing the study where they took like, random samples of shrimp and tested them for thorium, which is like the shit that leaks out of nuclear reactors when like and they found like 7 out of 10 shrimp had thorium in their fucking body.
Wow.
Yeah. So I don't eat shrimp anymore either. Plus those motherfuckers are like ocean cockroaches.
Yeah. Yeah. There's a lot like lobsters and stuff. I know they're delicious and they're good with butter and all that stuff like that, or they're good breaded and fried. And that's all well and good. But these creatures, they eat other animals' shit. You know, they're literally the cockroaches of the sea, and shrimp too.
And catfish.
Dude, lobsters live for like 70 years, dude. Like
Those are the best things.
there's no maximum age for a lobster. They just keep getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah, like the Homer Simpson one when it grew like 3-4 times the size of a regular lobster.
Well, like that's why they used to give lobsters to slaves for food. It's like we keep catching these fucking giant ass bugs from the ocean, and we
Hey,
don't.
man, they still delicious to me. I love me some lobster.
I was just listening to a
Catfish, too.
video about that just an hour ago about really that was like seafood was like slave food. I was listening to that like an hour ago.
Well, like fish wasn't slave food necessarily. Like it was, but it wasn't just slave food.
Right.
Lobster, yeah, white people didn't eat that shit.
Yeah.
Not back then.
And it was also kind of a thing like in the Middle East and whatever like that, where they started eating it like during the Crusades and stuff. Because they were right next to this. Go ahead.
You know, I was gonna say, well, also you got to remember what region are you running into these creatures too, because you don't see them like, oh, it's right near a sea bank in England. No, you mostly don't see them in the tropicals or certain kind of areas and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like fish. Fish is good. Like fresh fish. Like give me some like mahi and like a nice bed of rice with some veggies and like garlic sauce or something. Fucking delicious.
I had a tuna sub today. It was god awful. I was pissed that I bought it.
I mean, I like catfish, bass, trout.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, I'm a big seafood guy. If I can eat it every day, I could.
Dude, catfish,
shrimp too.
I'm not a big catfish because you have to like bread that shit and fry it and dip it in sauce before it's good.
You can eat like the seasoned seared catfish, and that's pretty good.
Yeah.
It's not breaded or anything. It's just kind of it's just kind of like grilled or whatever. If it's a little bit
Southern style.
Yeah.
Yeah, gotta be breaded.
Yeah, I know. In Chicago, we got a lot of great catfish spots.
Mm-hmm. We got catfish spots out here.
Any kind of seafood, you can like take crab, lobster, shrimp, whatever like that. If it's breaded and fried, I'm down.
Mm-hmm.
If I lived near the ocean, I'd go fishing like all the fucking time. Because why not?
Well, funny thing is, I do live near. But I don't do it like that. Although I would love to.
Yeah, like clam strips.
You got to have a license or something, right?
Yep.
And then you got to have a pole, some hooks, and some bait. That's all you fucking need, and you can catch like bomb ass fresh fucking like fish from the pier all the time. Take it home, chop it up, and eat it.
Man, I haven't got my fishing license in a while.
Like you can do that in Colorado, but all we have is trout, or like small freshwater fish. We don't have those ocean crazy giant fish.
Right. The weird shit.
Yeah, but that's the funny. That's what my uncle used to do all the time. He used to go fishing in the ocean, even though he never liked fish. Closest thing he eat is a fish fillet sandwich at McDonald's. But maybe we should get the fish.
He didn't like fish, but he went fishing all the time.
Yeah, he just like go fishing.
That's weird.
As a hobby.
No, you just went therapeutic.
He had a boat and everything, a bunch of times.
Yeah.
Dude, I was looking at this 40-foot boat on some YouTube video earlier today. It's like, shit, you could live on that shit, dude. How much are 40-foot boats? Like, it's got like a fucking Winnebago like inside, where you got like the 2 beds and a couch that you can turn into a bed with a little mini kitchen and all that shit.
Like a houseboat.
Yeah. Well, not quite a houseboat because like a houseboat is like a full-on house. Like this was like a Winnebago boat.
Okay.
I mean, same concept, I suppose.
Living in a Winnebago so you can like do stuff and go places and you have everything with you all the time. That's actually a pretty appealing lifestyle. I imagine having a houseboat or what you just described is also equally appealing if you live on the coast.
I say a mobile home. Yeah.
Yeah, like a house you can drive. That's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I mean it's the same concept except for you're in the water instead of on the road, which means you can go literally any direction except for land.
Right.
Versus a Winnebago, you can only go on the road.
What I would like to have is one of those, is something like that with all the amenities of home, like a kitchenette and a toilet and a bed and stuff like that, and have it be like amphibious, like those landing vehicles that the military uses. So you can drive it on the road, and you can take it in the water if you want. That would be awesome.
Mm.
I want the Winnebago from Stripes.
Oh, the EM50?
Yep, with the machine guns on top and shit.
The flamethrower and shit.
And the fucking armor that comes down and protects you.
Yeah.
Like that'd be the shit to have if it was like zombie apocalypse style, because you're like gray man 100%. Like there's gonna be people in Winnebagos going across the country, right? You're just another one of them.
You're with the pack.
Your Winnebago has like armor and fucking guns on it, you know? That's a great movie. I haven't watched that movie in a long time.
Yeah. That was the first movie that actually got legitimate bona fide assistance from the military to film the movie. Like they had if I'm not mistaken, they had they actually used an army base, and they had actual military consultants on staff with the movie. That was like the first movie that the army actually let's make a movie about this kind of thing. So
yeah, that was a movie my dad let me watch when I was like 4 or 5 years old, and I have 2 older sisters, and they were all pissed at him because he let me watch that, but he wouldn't let them watch stuff still.
What movie was this?
Stripes.
Oh, Stripes.
I mean, there's only that one scene with the loofahs. That was it. Just some titties.
Yeah. Do you know the name of the song that they were playing at the club when they went out, when they snuck off base and they went out?
Not off the top of my head, no.
The song
Anybody?
itself.
It's been a while.
All right. The song is called Rubber Band Man. I forget the name of the band.
Daniel's in a private flying club, so you can get a private jet. So you're flying a private jet to India? Jesus Christ.
That's cool.
That's totally in character.
I've never been on a private jet. I like flying, though. Flying's fun. Just, dealing with the fucking airport's the only shitty part about it.
Yep.
Daniel, let me know when you're flying to Thailand.
For some lady boys.
Pretty cheap there. I was gonna say I'll go with them. My sister went there.
You don't have to go to Thailand for lady boys anymore, Leo. We have them here.
But there's a rule though. What happens in Thailand stays in Thailand. So.
And plus, he wants some cheaper.
Yeah, they say that about Vegas too.
Wrap it up.
It is cheaper in Thailand, right?
Oh yeah, it's cheap.
Yeah.
Would you fucking dude if she was a chick in a 10?
No.
Okay, here's your choice. Actual female, but she's like a 3. Or dude who's a chick, but is like a 9.5.
I'll fuck the 3. Hell, I'll fuck a 1.
Yeah, I'll go with the 3.
All right, what if it's a 1?
I'll still go with a 1.
Like 1 how? Like 1 overweight or 1 bad teeth or
whatever?
No, a 1 is
a 1 for you.
Like Frankenstein.
Oh, okay. Well,
a 1 is damn near you're fucking a animal. Damn near.
Yeah, where you like puke in your mouth as you're doing it because you're like, what am I doing?
There's things you can do to turn that 1 into a 4. Just saying.
Paper bag.
Beer.
Yeah, that.
Beer, and then you put on like porn goggles or something. Like,
I was thinking more dentist and gym, but
yeah, but that takes months, years, even. I'm still not doing the 10. I don't care. The 9.5.
Yeah, I'm not going there.
There's no fucking way. Like, call me transphobic or whatever. I will never, ever, 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 ever have anything to do with that shit.
Yeah.
Now, but what if she a 10?
Yeah, you already know. Stay away from the.
No, well, what if he's a 10, but he got it cut off? No.
I don't care, man.
Yeah. Still not interested.
That's the kind of shit that God looks at and like judges you for. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, you stole some money here and there, blah blah blah. You lied about this thing, da 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 da. You're still in. Oh, you slept with a tranny? No.
Down you go.
Yeah. The gates are closed.
I mean, I ain't the most religious person. I don't think it ain't the worst thing, but still, nah.
It's not the worst thing. There's worse things than that. Honestly, there is. But still, I ain't doing that shit.
Yeah, that's what I said.
Yeah, like there's way worse things. You know, like you hurt a kid, that's worse.
Yeah.
You like rape someone, that's worse. You murder someone, not self-defense.
Well, yeah,
That's
that was the
worse.
point I was saying. Yeah, because he's like, oh, but oh no, you mess with that. I'm like, okay. Yeah.
But I haven't done any of that shit either. So like,
Yeah.
just
So
saying. I don't
Jeffrey
know.
Dahmer's like the worst dude because he banged men and killed them.
And ate them.
And
Yeah, and ate them. Yeah.
Mhm.
He's in the third level of hell there.
What's worse, banging a dude or eating him?
eating them.
Probably eating them's worse.
Nah, banging them.
Well, you can get trichinosis from eating him. I think is what it's called. There's like mitochondria or some shit like that that live on your brain.
Oh, you talking about the prawns? Yeah, that's if you eat their brain.
The
Prawns.
prions.
Prions. Yeah, prions. Yeah.
Yeah, and they fucking like migrate to your brain and make you crazy.
Yep.
That's how mad cow's disease started.
Yep.
Prions.
Well, you know, creatures ain't supposed to be eating each other.
And not brains either, apparently.
Yep.
Man, you would think that would just make you smarter. Just
Well, see, that was the thing that got me feeling like, so what would have you eat monkey brains then?
Right.
Now I know everything
Prions.
the monkey knew.
Yep.
Yeah. Kind of like on Starship Troopers.
With the brain bug.
Yeah, it sucked his brains out.
That freaked me out when I was younger. I mean, like I wasn't a kid when I saw it. Well, what year did that movie come out? Like 98?
I was.
96, yeah, something like that.
Yeah, so I was like 14 at that time, something like that.
I was 5. So.
But it still freaked me out when that dude got his brain sucked out. And then his
Oh yeah,
eye
that was the scariest
rolled
part.
back into his head and shit.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Daniel dropped in 5 and said 10K-ish each way, basically business class to UK, then private to India.
What they got you doing in India? They're just visiting? Vacation?
I'm assuming it has something to do with his work.
Yeah.
There's probably some sort of manufacturing process type thing or something. I'm just guessing. I don't fucking know. But they make all kinds, like industrially, they make all kinds of shit in India.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
So I could see potentially reason for someone who owns a machine shop to have some sort of ties with, you know, raw materials in India.
Oh, yeah.
I was just talking about stuff like this right now to my coworker before I joined this podcast.
Maybe you should invest in porta
We were talking
potties
about Mexico.
over there.
In porta potties. I was gonna say, yeah, if we were to strike a deal with India to just import all their shit, we'd have plenty enough fertilizer to go around.
Yep.
We wouldn't have to make synthetic fertilizer.
I didn't even know we made synthetic fertilizer.
Oh yeah, of course we do. Daniel says, "Yeah, work. They're dumb as fuck. Consulting."
Don't tell me that's the Miracle Grow, is it? Synthetic fertilizer?
As dumb as the people in India are, they're not as dumb as the people in Pakistan. It's just worse. Like Pakistan is inbred India.
I met a Pakistani.
Although the Indians give great massages.
They give rape massages.
Great massages.
Oh, okay, that makes way more sense.
An Indian head massage goes a long way. And they got some great barbers.
I don't like Indian food though. It's gross.
I like some Indian food.
Yeah.
I might
It's all
I might
just
question on
chickpeas.
your thing for the love of the cow, but that's it.
It's chickpeas, lentils, and rice with a fuck ton of spice and weird ass bread.
But I thought
like-
you liked spice.
Not weird Indian spice. It's like the kind of spice you'd throw on meat that's rotten so that you can't taste that it's rotten. Because it already kind of tastes rotten. You know what I mean?
That tikka masala was good.
I don't know. Maybe there's some Indian food I haven't tried that I would like. I'm almost guarantee there is. But of the food that I've tried that's like this Indian restaurant that we went to, nope. Never went back. Fuck that shit.
Okay, I got one. Do you eat any Cajun food, Honda?
Yeah, Cajun's different. That's good.
Okay.
Any food that comes from 7-Eleven is Indian food.
Smoke says Indian food is bomb. They have different regions of spices.
Yeah, they do. Tons.
Yeah, but like the food is just half spice, half food sometimes, I feel like.
See, well, the problem is some of the interesting stuff, you really have to go searching.
Yeah, to like the Muslim and Christian areas, that's where they do the meats. It's not
Big
all
I need to go to a lot of more of those
vegan.
Finding out some stuff.
Then just go to the Christian area.
Daniel says they fucking wipe their ass with their left hand.
Mm-hmm.
It's gross, dude. I used to work at a hotel, and we had all these like international people who worked at the hotel as like maids or whatever, you know. And they had to put a sign in the bathroom telling people to not poke holes in the top of a water bottle, shove the water bottle up their ass, and then squirt water up their ass after they're done shitting in a public bathroom. Because they just shoot shit water everywhere.
Like a bidet.
Right. Like a homemade
Water bottle
bidet that they just had, like, oh, I need a water bottle, get time to take a shit. Like, that's how they do it, right? And so they put a sign up, but the thing was, no one read fucking English who was doing this.
I think I'm gonna try this.
Well, I'm all for having a bidet. As long as we ain't made no bidets yet.
I mean, just remember which water bottle's which, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Or not. That's the fun about it.
Yeah. Yeah, you need a warm water one, too. You don't want a cold one. That might not be good. Xenophobia is based.
That's the one thing I want to do.
All I'm saying is, bro, there's shit paper right there. It's not the 3 seashells. There's not some mystery to the shit of how it fucking works.
Well, you gotta think of it this way, because you ever had a bidet?
No, I haven't, and I refuse to shoot water up my butthole.
I mean, you're all clean. Ain't got a shower.
Yeah, that's why I like the fucking moist wipes.
Yeah. That South Park episode, one of the new ones, with the Japanese toilets.
Well, that's what I'm saying. When I go over to Japan, that's what I want them to do. Is definitely try.
Yeah, have you seen the new season yet?
Not all of it now.
Oh yeah, you have to watch the Japanese toilet show episode.
Yeah, I'm behind by a bunch of seasons.
All right, Calhoun Republic dropped in $2 super chat and says, "Read my last chat. I'm a little behind." But then I scroll up from there, and I don't see anything from Calhoun Republic. So here's the chat right here, right? Okay.
Is it the time travel one he's talking about? Yeah, I think it's the.
Okay, it says, "Read my last chat, little behind." That's from Calhoun. Not Calhoun, not Calhoun, not Calhoun, not Calhoun.
Yeah, that's what he said. I put it in a private chat. I guess you can read it there.
How can you fucking see this and I can't?
I'm on. I don't know.
It's on live chat. It's not on fucking top chat or whatever. Anyway, he says, "If through time travel you meet yourself from the future or your past, and you were both feeling it, and you did it, would that be gay or masturbation?" That'd be gay, as we discovered in Rick and Morty.
So that happened in the episode?
Yeah, Beth did it with herself.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, oh yeah, that's right. That's right.
That
Yeah.
episode. Okay.
What does this say? Bitches in the future? Bitches. Yeah, bitches in the future. So
Now, if it's two women, then it is masturbation. But if it's two men, that's just gay.
it's fucking weird, dude. Why would you even like think like, oh, that's me. I know what I would like. Like,
Well, remember,
Because you
there's
know
some
what
people
you like.
Well, remember, there are those people that do have that self-absorbed themselves. Oh, I'm gonna marry myself.
I mean, but you do know what you like.
I've never had a cock inside of my mouth, and I'm not going to start with mine.
Unless you have to save the world.
And then think about like, okay, it's like old you, like 60-year-old Honda cock. I don't think that's.
I'm about to spit out this water.
Hopefully somebody likes it at that point, but it's hopefully me.
See, you'll probably have to do it unless you have to save the world or something, huh?
Okay, but would you hold your other you's cock? Because you hold your own cock. So will holding your other you cock be gay? I say you have to put it in your mouth, but just hold it.
See, according to the military, you're not gay if you fuck dudes, right?
Mm-hmm.
You are gay if you get fucked by dudes. So if you're a top and you're never a bottom, technically speaking, since you don't get your ass penetrated, you're not really gay.
I'm gonna have to ask my supervisor on that one.
Well, yeah, because it's the sodomy part that they don't like. Like, oh, you did butt stuff in your butt. Like, no, now you're dirty.
Or maybe in a military mindset, you ain't supposed to be getting attacked from behind. You're supposed to be the one doing the impaling, not getting impaled.
Yeah.
I mean, technically, it wouldn't be from behind if you're on your back, legs up. So
Daniel dropped in 5 and said, read what I put about the white people. Also, why are they always bobbing their heads?
Oh, the Indians always bobbing their heads.
Daniel says, I'm not sure if it's like a common saying or something, but on Zoom, they keep saying, what will you white people think of next? LOL. Gets me laughing every time.
I need a little more context than that.
Maybe it's the Indians being like, what will you white people think of next?
But that's the thing, though. I can say that. I can hear other groups saying that.
Do you feel like we're heading for like some sort of race war? I wouldn't call it a war, but like increased racial conflict in this country?
Yes.
Because of all of the...
Okay, then yes. I wouldn't say race war, but yes, conflict. Yeah, that's what I mean. Not race war, but yeah.
Because I like at my work, probably a good percentage of the people that I talk to are black, and a good percentage of the people that are black that talk to me talk down to me, treat me like shit, and it sucks. Like I don't want that. And I don't know why it's like that.
Oh yeah, the way you're saying, I'm making it sound like they were giving you no crazy eyes, like staring at you. Like,
oh, I've definitely got the crazy eyes, dude. I was like carrying a bunch of plates and cups and stuff in my arms one time, like walking towards something, and this black dude like intentionally like walked slow so he'd be in my way, and so I kind of cut him off a little bit. But I'm carrying a bunch of shit, dude, and like you're not doing you're just walking slowly. What are you doing? But since I got in his way and I cut him off, he started looking at me like he wanted to stab me in the eyeballs, right? Like every time I'd walk by this guy, like I just saw like a death prison stare looking at me. And then I saw, like he had a fucking a knife holster on his leg with a machete inside of my work, sitting at a bar. So they had to kick him out. Like, thankfully, we employ a couple of police officers.
Wait, was this an employee or this is like some random person?
This is some random fucking person.
Okay.
Never met him before in my life. Never seen him since.
Yeah, that's one to keep your eyes on.
Yeah. And he was giving me literally he was giving me that stare, and I'm like, God, dude, this guy wants to kill me or something. And then I saw him playing with his fucking machete, and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, I'm getting the fuck away from fucking psychopath here.
I saw that happen, but it was like some homeless people. But those people were trying to get their assistant stuff up here in, was it Griffith Park? That's somewhere in LA.
Dude, the homeless people I've noticed, for the most part, leave you alone, right? If you ignore them, they ignore you. You don't antagonize them or do anything to them. They're not going to do anything to you. That being said, on occasion, you have to look out for the homeless people. I keep a safe distance, And we got 10, 15,000 of them living in the Denver metro area. I can't go to the fucking store without seeing 7 of them, And that's fine. And occasionally, I feel bad for these guys, life isn't fair, and sometimes people get fucked over by shit, and they need some help, I was at the gym. This was a couple of weeks, maybe a couple months ago, and this guy came up, the homeless guy, came up to me on a bicycle, rode his bicycle up to me, and I was all set to be like, get the fuck away from me, I'm just going inside, da 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 da, and he's like, please, man, I just need your help. I got in an accident. My legs are all fucked up. I need some antibiotics. And I looked down at his legs, and they're swollen red. He's not lying. He needs some help. He's got an infection. I'm not a doctor. I can't really help this guy, but I gave him $20 so that he could, have $20 less that he had to pay for antibiotics when he got to it.
How about he just?
No, the funny thing is, I ran into that same kind of argument. No, I ran into that same type of person, but except he said something about some infection. I think he said he got bit by some recluse spider, but I gave him same amount too.
I mean, yeah, dude, shit. I'd like to think that if I'm in dire straits and I'm out on the street, my legs are fucking swollen and infected and shit, and I go up to someone and please, man, just help me, please. Someone would give me enough money to see a doctor, Maybe not just one person, maybe a couple people, but between all of them.
Or just go to the doctor. You don't have to worry about paying the bill. Shit.
That's true. I didn't think of that. You could just go to the ER, huh?
Yeah.
Technically.
God damn it. The guy fucking conned me.
Well, I'm saying, so to be fair, you'd be surprised how many people are dumb enough they don't know what all those resources that they can use to help them.
Well, they can't turn you away until they look at you and they know that you're not going to die, right?
Right.
Oh shit, Let on Steel's here. What's up, man?
What's going on, guys?
What's up?
Going on?
We're not a whole lot. Y'all doing all right?
Yep.
Yeah, sick, but all right. You ever help homeless people out when you're out and about, or do you ignore them?
I have before, but I won't give them money. If they say they're hungry, I'll go buy them a burger or something. But as of late, I really hadn't. There's not a huge homeless problem in my area though.
Lucky you.
Well, small town though.
What state do you live in?
South Carolina.
South Carolina.
South Carolina.
What'd you think about the Murdaugh trial?
I don't know. I don't know if he actually did it or not still.
I mean, based upon the evidence that they presented in court, he didn't do it, but they convicted him anyway because of all of the other shit that they brought into the case that had nothing to do with the murder of his family, that just showed him as being a bad guy. Yeah. And so they put a bad guy behind. But the thing is, all of the stuff that he admitted to while in trial for the murder of his wife and son would have put him away for life for all the fucking financial crimes that he admitted to when he was defending himself for the murder, right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
They didn't even have to get him for the murder. I mean, there would have had to been another trial, but he already admitted to all that shit in court under oath. Period. He was fucked. There was no getting out of that shit.
Oh no, he was dead on arrival as far as going to prison for something.
No, yeah. But I mean, I don't know if he did it, and if he didn't, I feel terrible for him. Yeah, he's a piece of shit. Yeah, he stole some shit from some people. I'm pretty sure he killed his maid.
Yeah.
You know that old story, right?
Oh yeah. I agree with you on that one.
Well, because his maid died tripping over a dog and falling downstairs.
Yeah.
But if she had just fallen down the stairs and there was nothing inherently about the house that made her trip and fall, there would have been no ability to like get an insurance payout from the insurance company from his homeowner's insurance.
Right.
But since it was the dog that tripped her, then yes, it is totally liable. The homeowner's liable, blah, 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 blah. And then he also stole the money from the son. That was kind of fucked up, too.
Oh, that was real fucked up. Telling him he was going to do him right and everything, and then stabbed him in the back.
Was this some type of documentary you was watching or something?
No, this was a trial that, okay, so this guy, like, he was a lawyer, and he worked for this big fucking powerful law firm in I don't know if it's South Carolina. I think it's South Carolina, right?
Yeah, it's South Carolina.
And yeah, he fucking was like stealing money from his law firm and stealing money from his clients and had all like this like backdoor shit set up and was taking like $20,000 of pills a week or something like that.
That was insane right there, man.
I think it was not going to get caught.
Yeah, and then his wife and his kid end up dead, right?
Yeah, he was taking like 2,000 milligrams of painkillers a day.
Damn.
I don't know. They just didn't show any evidence that showed him like guilty of being, like he didn't have blood on him. He had some gun residue on his hands, but he grabbed a shotgun, because he was like, I don't know, like the whole thing didn't add up. And if you just go on the evidence that they presented alone, there's plenty of reasonable doubt, which is the standard.
Yeah, and they were hinging so much on in the trial on how long he sat in his car at his mom's house and how long he sat here and there. Hell, people sit in their cars all the time. That doesn't mean you committed a crime.
Right. I didn't like the judge very much either. I thought he was pretty piss poor.
Yeah, I didn't like him either. I think he was trying to make a name for himself.
Well, your job as a judge is to call balls and strikes and inform people what the law is, right?
Right.
That's it. There's nothing else. But he would call like very one-sided balls and strikes. He let a whole bunch of evidence into the case that had nothing to do with the case for reasons unknown. I think it gave him a pretty fucking good case for appeal, but appeals are pretty hard to win, so it's not like you're gonna,
Have you heard what's happened here lately in the past couple of days?
No, what?
Yeah, they're examining the body of the kid that his son maybe killed.
Yeah, they're going to do that, but somebody leaked out a conversation he had with his lawyer while he was in prison, and that's confidentiality. But somebody leaked it out to the press, so I don't know if they're going to do something with that or not.
What conversation? What was said?
I haven't got to listen to it yet. I heard it from my brother, but so I don't know what all it involved. But still, I mean, you can't leak shit like that out if it's between you and your lawyer.
Well, that's on the lawyer. Like if it turns out like the lawyer was leaking information, private, confidential information.
No, it was the prison. They're saying somebody from the prison done it. Because it was on their phone system here, because they record everything, but they're not supposed to let outsiders hear all the conversations.
Well, they're not supposed to record privileged information like when you're talking to your lawyer specifically.
Right.
Huh. Okay. But you don't know what information was leaked?
No, like I said, I just heard about it from my brother today. I still haven't got to read up on it yet, and I just got to the house.
All right, guy. Guess we can go to Twitter. See what's going on the tweets. Twitter. Oh, I'm on my other fucking... God damn it. Okay. Gotta do it on Google. There we go.
I just read something just really quick. It said the release of the attorney-client call was inadvertent human error. The release of the jail call was a response to a FOIA request. All jail calls had to be screened by listening to the first few seconds of each call to determine if they fell under attorney-client privilege, and multiple calls were removed, but this one was inadvertently remained on the list and was released. Still trying to see what all they were talking about, though.
Yeah, it sounds like they're bitching over like nothing of substance was said or released or whatever, but you still shouldn't have done it, kind of thing.
Right. But, technicalities can bite people in the ass.
Well, really, the technicality should get you out of trouble more than anything.
No, that's what I'm saying. It could bite whoever let it out. It could bite them in the ass for it.
Right. Because the state's got all the power, dude. They've got infinite money to spend on investigations and lawyers to go after you and prosecute you. They've got the power to literally put you to death. Like, they should have they should have to cross every T and dot every I if they're going to do that shit,
Yep.
I like this. Give me one reason why a civilian needs access to something like this.
For the gram, man. Gotta have it for the gram.
To be fair, it does kind of look like a gun.
It does look. It looks good.
That's an expensive setup.
It's a very expensive setup.
Like a Nikon SLR. You've got all your fucking light meters and different lenses and your flash and all that shit.
Yep, the tripod. Probably a carbon fiber one at that.
Yep. Microphone, remote, and
oh my god, we can't show that on YouTube. Bruce Lee, 2 vs. 1, table tennis with nunchucks.
Damn.
I think that's not real. From what I heard.
No, it's real.
He's obviously never went up against Forrest Gump.
Pretty sure that's 100% real. 100%. Oh, I gotta have my chat for that.
Have any of y'all caught Steven Crowder's stuff since he came back?
I watched a show this morning with Alex Jones, actually.
Yeah, that was a pretty good show.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. I liked it.
Man, they had 170,000 at one point listening or watching.
Jesus, dude.
That's crazy.
That's like bigger than any TV show on TV right now.
Yep.
As far as like, here's the first version of the show, like new episode live.
Right.
What do they get, like 40, 50, 60,000?
Yeah, somewhere right around there. Yeah, he had 170,000 on Rumble and another 40,000 watching on YouTube.
From all the links I'm seeing, the video's fake. From what Google says.
Oh, yes?
Yep.
This clip was used in commercial using early CGI. Bruce Lee did not do this on his own. Okay. All right.
It's fake news. Tell you that. It's fake news.
It's an Onion article. Got it. My bad. TSA settles the score. Peanut butter is a liquid. Is it, though? It's more of a paste.
Yeah. Very tasty paste.
Oh, bro, I saw this earlier. This is France right now. People are like, enjoying their dinner. Nice firelight lighting the room. Too bad it's from the riots outside. What's that?
There's buildings burning outside?
Yeah, that's like the riots are outside. They're burning shit. And everyone's just like, well,
You know what? I sure thought that was some fire decor at first.
I did too at first. Well, you got to take a break from riding. Get you a little snack.
Hunter Biden's list of 25,000 personal sex photos and videos, including pedophile content, Lady Gaga smoking crack, Melania Obama, minor at the time, having sex with Hunter Biden, as well as Hunter engaging in sexual activities with Carolyn Biden, his cousin,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I knew he screwed his cousin.
And Natalie Biden, his
Yeah.
niece.
Yep.
No, his
And
sister.
even Ashley Biden, his sister.
Oh, sorry. I skipped ahead. That's a nasty fucking family.
Man, I want to be Hunter Biden when I grow up.
Did Hunter Biden grow up down there with Jolly in Alabama or something?
Except for the whole minor thing. I'll leave that part out.
Yeah, not the minor part. Just the family part.
Just the family part.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of fucked up. Calhoun says, I could beat up Bruce Lee and one of his sons.
Now?
Yeah.
Yeah, now.
Who would win if it was an honest fight? Bruce Lee at his prime or Chuck Norris at his prime?
Are we really going with that?
I'm going to go with Chuck Norris since he outweighs him by at least another 100 pounds.
See, I was going to go Bruce Lee because of that, because he can move a lot better.
Bruce Lee, because they fought before and Bruce Lee won.
So they say. It wasn't a street fight, though.
Yeah, I'm saying like middle of a basketball court, right? Like, so you can't grab like a fucking pipe off the ground or a brick or something. Fight it out. Who wins?
Chuck Norris.
Bruce Lee, too.
Yeah, I'm going Bruce Lee.
So we got 2 for Bruce, 1 for Chuck.
Put the poll up.
All right.
Yeah, the pole.
Let's pull this
Yeah,
shit.
I would have to say Chuck Norris on that one myself.
Hold on. Hold on. Engage with your audience. Start a poll. Who would win in a fight? Chuck or Bruce? BRUCE, Bruce, yeah?
Yep.
All right. Just making sure I'm not like making some retarded mistake.
Chuck and Brooke.
And I think some of them YouTube proved that like Wing Chun is not that great for self-defense. Anyway.
Pardon me, sir.
He learned other styles like Wing Chun.
Well, Wing Chun is the kung fu that he learned, right? Versus Jeet Kune Do is the style that he invented. I have taken fucking Wing Chun Kung Fu, and there is some fucking cool stuff in it. I took it for like a couple months when I was like 18, just for fun.
I was going to say, you also learn different styles, too. Not just Wing Chun.
Dude, have you guys seen this video?
Yeah.
No,
This one pissed me off. I don't know what I would do with my
It's in
white
New York.
right next to me.
I never seen this.
Take them back to Europe with y'all.
Look like New York.
Gay ass gorilla looking. Shut up, cuz. Nasty ass mutating, permutating, corrugating, stimulating, skin. Shut up, your body don't even last long enough. I'm gonna look younger than him by the time he's my age. I don't care about those ugly ass kids in your race. Shut up. Fucking plastic ass body. Little debilitated, enervated, emasculating people, incapacitated, indisposed, emaciating, attenuating, tenuous body. I don't care about you. Shut up, you white monkey. You're a dog in this country. You're a fucking dog. There's nothing over here. You are a dog. Shut up. I'm Black American. I'm over you.
At what point do you jump up and fucking hit him in the face as hard as you possibly can?
You punch him in the face and kick him in the nuts simultaneously.
See, the funny thing, sad thing, well, the funny thing is, no, a lot of life folks do love talk shit. So either some with it, not fighting, some don't. So it can go either or.
If this is New York, then you'll get arrested for a hate crime.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I'm right there with you, Leo.
Yeah, I don't know. Fuck yeah. Not working with New York, yeah.
I mean, damned if you do, damned if you don't.
And
He's
that's
looking-
if he don't
he's
pull out
looking
a
at
razor
the little
blade and
kid,
slice the face.
basically that entire time. He's looking at that little kid saying that nasty shit to the little kid. Right? Like, that's fucked up. Like, you do that to me, like, there's like I don't care who you are, right? Doesn't matter who you are, what background, what color, what anything. Doesn't matter. You talk like that to my kid, it's not a hate crime. That's fucking, like, dad, what would you call it? Like, instinct?
Yep.
It's instinct fucking protecting your child, dude.
I say I would have gathered my kid and wife up and started moving. And if he would have moved in then I'd have nailed his ass.
Yeah,
we know. Yeah, like
Yeah,
once
yeah,
you
that's what I'm
walk in
saying. It depends.
close.
Some will do that too. Some will fuck you, dog and shit.
Yeah, right. Yeah, once you step like two steps closer to him like that, yeah, then I would have go ahead and swing.
well, especially since they're not doing any. They're just sitting there. They're trying to like calm their kid down and talk to him and make him like concentrate on something else other than that. What's going on in front of them, you know?
Yeah, that wife's, she's taking care of the kid, and I can tell that dad's keeping an eye on him.
And you know where I see a lot of crazy shit like that when it comes to homeless. Just at random, just talking shit.
This guy's
Just
showing
going right now.
He's not homeless. Look at him.
I know. I'm just saying. I see random homeless people like that, or some that you think they ain't homeless, be acting like that too.
Yeah, and
Wow.
if they're homeless, like again, just give them a wide berth. You know what I mean?
All right.
Get the fuck away.
Yeah, my main thing would have I'd have started putting distance between my family and him.
But to be honest, to give him some credit though, they were on the train being white. You know, that's kind of irritating sometimes.
Yeah.
Damn, Leo.
Yeah, we're supposed to have cars. You're right.
Yeah, exactly.
I know, we're so privileged. We shouldn't have to take the train.
I like having a car. It's nice. It's a level of freedom in the car that I'm willing to pay for because I could take the bus every day to work. Like the bus goes from not too far from where I live to pretty close to where I work, and I wouldn't have to pay for car insurance or gasoline or. Like, goddamn, dude,
I mean, I like just to get up and go.
But in New York, I'm quite sure, like going back and forth with the bridge toll every day can take a lot of money out of you.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Around me, there's no public transportation whatsoever, so.
Mine ain't that good over here.
So taking the L in the bus is cheaper than like paying that bridge toll every time.
Okay, you remember when you could take a Greyhound bus anywhere in the country and how much did it cost?
Well, something like $50-$70.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was 68 or less was the price.
Yeah, it was cheap. Cheap as
You
hell.
go anywhere in the country and it's $68.
It took you forever to get there, but still.
Oh, it was a bitch, dude. Like I went from here to Lincoln, Nebraska, and it took almost 24 hours. It's like a 10-hour drive.
Oh, right. And parking in Manhattan. Oh, Jesus. How much you got to pay for that?
Oh, yeah. Like $10,000 for a parking spot if you want to own it, something like that.
Do you do public transportation in Chicago, Leo?
Yep.
Gotcha.
Yeah, this is for you East Coast cities.
Well, depending on the city, it's like it almost makes sense to not have a car. Like New York, right? Like Jerry Seinfeld.
Of course. Yeah, I'm just saying, but I wouldn't live there.
Yeah, I wouldn't want to live in New York either, dude. Fuck that shit.
I mean, I like the aesthetics of the urban city life, but still.
Yeah, it'd be fun to live in a big city, for a month or so, but I couldn't do it forever.
Nope.
I like being out in the country.
Josh T says Bruce only fought one person, and the only witnesses were Bruce's trainees. Didn't he fight that Chinese guy for real? That like broke his back? Did you guys ever watch the Bruce Lee story, the movie?
I think I know what you're talking about.
Long time ago.
Long time ago.
Yeah, so there was a Chinese guy in that movie who broke his back, and then he came back and fought him again in like the exhibition or whatever, and then broke his back. I don't know if that happened in real life, but that's the way the movie went.
Okay,
Daniel
so
says, "Oh, good.
No, go ahead. Joey, go ahead and do the super chat.
That kid's definitely a white supremacist now."
Wait.
Well, dude, that's the thing about all of this, like, I don't know what you call it, fucking woke bullshit that they're teaching kids in schools and they're coming up with these days, and they're shoving it down their throats in the media, saying like, "Oh, you're oppressed," and "Oh, everyone's against you," and the reasons that your life isn't going the way that you want it to is because of racism, and anyone who talks to you bad is racist, and it has nothing to do with you as a person. You can do whatever you want. It's racism that's the problem. Those people go out in the world and they bump into other people who have no concept of that in their mind, and then end up forming ideas about groups of people based upon what they're being treated by that group, or how they're being treated by that group every time they run into them. Yeah, it's definitely creating fucking white supremacists.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I'm looking at the bridge tolls for NYC. If you don't have the easy pass, then it's 10.17 going one way. So if you have to make 2 trips going in and 1 out, 5 days a week.
Wait, $10.
Then pay, yeah. So it's like $20 a day. Then you're paying for parking there. Now with the easy pass, then it's $6.55 one way. So that's about $12 going.
That's
so
wild.
$12 a day for $5 a day. Then still pay for parking in Manhattan.
Shit, when I was in Texas, what was it, like cents or like $1 something for the toll road? Hell, I think it's like a couple bucks like that here.
Dude, they made a toll road in Colorado through this obvious area that was lacking a highway that needed one. And so this guy just like made deals and used public domain and fucking bought up land and built a toll road, right? Privately owned. And the deal was, sorry, I'm sick. The deal was that after a couple of years of charging tolls, when he made his money back, he would sell it to the state and then double his money and be done. And then it wouldn't be a toll anymore. It would just be another highway. And the toll started out at 50 cents, right? You want to go on this road, 50 cents. You want to go both ways, it's $1, right? And then they upped it to 75. And then it was $1. And then it was $2. Now it's like $6 to drive one way on this road. Dude never sold it to the state. No one remembers this, like I remember it because I'm old, but no one remembers the original deal that was like proposed to the people that voted for it to give him the power to like public domain people out of their land to build this highway that he just kept forever. And now he still owns, and he's expanded and bought more land and connected other things. That's how you get to DIA, right? Is this toll road. If you go over the entire road now, it's something like $18 or $20. But it saves you like 45 minutes. Honestly.
Well, I was gonna say, where's that connecting to? Like you going to Denver or something?
Like if you're going from like the west side of Denver to DIA, that's where the road goes. Oh,
that's interesting. Does it got cameras and all that shit too?
Oh yeah, dude. Yeah, like they've got a deal with the state where like if you owe the tolls and you try to get your license plates renewed, they won't let you if you owe tolls.
Oh wow!
So you have to pay your tolls before you can get your license plate tags, which I found out because I owed them like $100 because I took it a bunch when my sister was sick. Oops. But I did find out if you're like planning on selling a car, don't worry about it. Just take the tolls, never pay it, sell your car. Then it's their problem. Oh, man. Well, all right, let's end this poll here. 64% say Chuck Norris, 28 votes. 35% say Bruce Lee. I agree with Bruce Lee. I'm sorry, I do. Although I wouldn't want to fight either of them, to be honest.
I'll fight both of them now.
What, the dust and the wind?
I'm fighting with the power of gun fu.
I think I could take Chuck Norris. He's still alive.
How old is Chucky?
Right, 60.
Late 70s, early 80s, somewhere in there.
No, he's like 80 years old, dude.
Oh, wow.
Daniel dropped in 5 and said they are attempting to social engineer a white supremacist dominated society again by putting them down to the point they will not take it anymore.
Chuck Norris is 82.
I feel like they're trying to usher in a fucking communist society, and you do that by othering other people and dividing people against each other so that you can take over the society from within because there's no coordination between people.
Yeah.
I mean, that's what they did in Russia.
Yeah.
That's what they did in China. I don't know. How do they do it in Cuba? I think fucking Castro just took everything over and said we're communists now.
I mean, yeah, they beat, Batista. It was under our control.
Daniel says, okay, it could be that. Social engineering going on for sure.
Balkanization. Let's go.
Calhoun says, I have a truck with no bumper. My plate is in my back window, easily in my reach. Toll roads are free for me. That's hilarious. Dude, that's why Harleys are fucking awesome. Because Harleys all have that license plate holder that swings out to the side and can fold in. So whenever you're going through tolls, you can just fold it in.
Oh, that's cool.
That's good.
Yeah, like they should make all license plate holders on motorcycles like that. Like, honestly.
Oh, okay. I was just talking about whether or not getting a motorcycle, but one of the things I did want to do was do that whole transporter thing, like, fuck around with the license plate, which I heard somebody did do that and got in trouble.
Oh, I don't know what the charge is, but it's not a small one. If you get caught.
Yeah, definitely not.
What kind of bike do you think you want to get?
I was just gonna get a regular. Well, I always wanted the Japanese, like those Suzuki whatever type stuff, that type of shit. But I'm gonna go with kind of like a Harley, but more like the straight side one. Okay, something close to like Captain America's bike. They'll get those ones with the the handlebars more straight, not hanging.
You want an Indian Scout, is what you want.
Or like what were they called? Like a soft tail. I was looking at them way back. Or what's the name of those bikes? But it's like
this guy.
Yeah, all right. You see that one all the way in the right? Yeah, that one.
Yeah, they're all Indian Scouts. It's all the same bike.
Okay.
I had a 2014 V-Rod Muscle for several years.
You had a
Pretty good
V-Rod.
bike. Oh yeah.
It goes in a straight line.
Wait, I was going to ask you. Wait, how did you do the whole thing? Because I know a friend of mine, which ironically used to be a motorcycle cop. He said, I guess the state here, they'll teach you how to do. The CHP will teach you how to ride a motorcycle. Like how you do it over in other states. You just go to a course or something.
I just bought a bike and rode it around the neighborhood till I felt like I could take a test, and then I took a test.
Ah.
Yeah.
The only thing I'm worried about is getting fucked up in that bike.
So when the first ride on the bike that I took, I bought Kevlar pants and knee pads and boots and gloves and a jacket and I wore every piece of fucking kit that I had. And it was hard to move around. I was wearing so much, and I got on the bike and I got on the road and I was holding onto the handlebars so tight that my hand went numb. And I couldn't feel anything with my right hand for a while because of the vibration, and I was holding on to it so tight. And then after it was probably 45 minutes I was on the bike, right? I got home and I was so tired because I was intensely fucking concentrating on everything going on around me. And I got home and I slept for 5 hours because I was so tired. I didn't need to sleep.
Away yet.
I didn't need to sleep before I went on the ride. I definitely needed to after I got back, But But eventually, you kind of get more comfortable with it, and it doesn't take that kind of intense concentration to not die. There's kind of like a scary middle part there, though, right? Like, it's scary as fuck when you start, and then you get better at it, and you get more skills, and eventually you get comfortable with it. And that's when it's scary again, because you don't realize the danger that you're putting yourself in sometimes. You don't really have enough experience yet. And then eventually you get the experience and you look back on the dumb shit that you did for a couple months, like.
Yeah, and then even after you rode for a while, you get a close call, and that'll kind of slow you down for a little bit.
Oh, yeah, dude. I've had probably a dozen close calls on a bike.
Yeah, that's one of the things I'm scared of is more like, getting hit or what's that thing you're talking about? Like that term with the bike starts wobbling out of control. Hydroplane, is it? Or something?
Oh, are you talking
Death
like
wobble.
tank
Wobble.
Tank slapper?
Yeah, tank slapper.
I had that happen once, but all you got to do is accelerate out of it. At least
you accelerate out of it.
Yeah, because if you start like wobbling back and forth, you can grab the fucking throttle and pick up the front end. It stops wobbling and you put it back down. That's how I did it, but
Yeah, or like you can't be in the middle of the road, or right? It's supposed to be like that's like the worst part or something with the bike.
Middle of the lane, yeah, that's where all the oil is.
Yeah, all the oil and sand and all that stuff.
Yeah, you want to be where the tire marks are, especially in intersections where cars just sit there. Because then you'll sit in a puddle of oil on your back tire or something, and then you go to take a turn a minute later, and it'll slip out.
Oh, so this is like in the middle of the lane of a freeway, huh? So you want to be hanging on the side.
Yeah, you want to be to one side or the other of a lane most of the time.
Yeah, so that's more common too. Most of the time when like there's cars and stuff, even on the freeway, most of the time you're always just passing them up. You don't just stay like you're doing a regular car and stuff.
Well, in California, you guys have lane splitting, which is pretty fucking cool.
What's lane splitting?
Where you go between cars. Like if you're in traffic and then you see the motorcycles going between cars and like zooming past you.
Oh, wait, you can't do that in other states?
Nope.
No.
You can do that in other countries.
Yeah, California's the only state that lets you do that, right?
Montana just changed their law. Montana, you can do it now too, which doesn't make sense to me because Montana doesn't have very many big cities with traffic. But
right.
Still.
Oh, so you have to drive it like you're driving a car, huh?
Correct. Yeah.
That's interesting.
But that being said, dude, if two people are going slow and I'm on my bike, I'll wait for a good moment and shoot between them. Like I'm not gonna like lane split like they do in California, where I'm just like, okay, this is my lane. Now this little fucking white line right that I'm on.
Well, usually when I see people do it when they pass me, it's like they're just passing by you. That's all that is. Or like when traffic, is definitely closed or slow on the freeway. They just, of course, there's small vehicles just zipping by.
Certainly in like Los Angeles traffic, being on a motorcycle saves you a fuck ton of time, dude.
Oh yeah, we see them often. So you can't even do that, huh?
Randy Butternut says you can lane split in Arizona too. I didn't know that.
So even when it's stuck traffic, you can't really zip past those cars, huh?
No, you're not supposed to.
That's good to know.
Do y'all have helmet laws?
Nope.
Yeah,
but I wouldn't not wear a helmet, to be honest.
Oh God, no.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I know my state would definitely probably. Yeah, you have to wear a helmet because I never seen nobody who never not wore one.
Honestly, like I've rode a bike without a helmet and I felt fucking naked doing it.
Yeah, it doesn't feel right.
Wrong.
Like I took, I've taken mine out. If I've done something to it, just to try it out up the road, and I didn't feel right.
Yeah, have you ever done it without glasses on either? Where you just like.
Yeah.
Raw dogging it, your eyes start watering real bad and shit.
Yep.
Well, that was the biggest thing I was going to be doing is like at least have a jacket and some gloves and a helmet and goggles.
And a cup so you don't rip your dick off.
You want that? You want like a nice set of like work boots or something sturdy for your feet in case like the bike falls on your foot. It's not going to fucking tear your foot off.
Yeah, you want some good riding shoes, man.
And you probably want some sort of protective jeans, like Kevlar jeans or something like that, which really, like, you can't even tell that they're anything but jeans when you're wearing them. They just have Kevlar on the inside, so if you slide on your ass doesn't fucking chafe.
I bet those ain't cheap.
They're like $120, $150. They're not terrible.
No, they're not bad. Especially if you can catch a sale, before season or after season.
Well, and if you end up like sliding on your bike, they're worth every penny.
Oh yeah.
Because like $120 jeans ruined, can't wear them anymore. They're all torn up, but I still have skin on my ass.
Yep. It's just like
I know. I've heard of
have it, not need it.
Yeah, family members got scared, but they were like driving ATVs and shit on the streets and stuff.
Like when I was a kid, there's this hill by my house, and it was like this steep hill that you kind of had to like have some balls to go all the way to the top and ride down. And I had a skateboard. I don't know how to skateboard. Suck at skateboarding, but I want to ride down this hill on the skateboard. So I'm going to sit on the skateboard, right? And then I was sitting on the skateboard and I fucking tipped back and I was on my back and on 2 wheels. I kicked the board out and I was probably going 20 miles an hour. It seemed like it took 1,000 yards for me to stop sliding. And that was going 20 miles an hour, like going like 60 miles an hour. You need something to protect your ass, dude. You just do. And you'll be happy that you have it, and even if you never have an accident,
So where do you usually buy those? Like a motorcycle shop or something or whatever?
You can get them there. I think you can get them on Amazon, honestly.
Oh, they'll know when you say it. What, motorcycle jeans or Kevlar jeans or whatever?
Kevlar motorcycle jeans. And it's not even like thick enough Kevlar to stop a bullet, maybe like a 22 or something, but it's just a layer of Kevlar that doesn't break apart, that stops you from getting skinned alive. That's all it is. Because just jeans will rip to shreds inside of your fucking,
I mean, me, I was still keeping my car, but it seemed like, that's like a drive to do whatever, something in a while. Once in a while just to go driving. Or cruising or whatever.
It'll make you pay attention to the weather a lot more. Because, I don't personally like riding in the rain. And I don't like riding in the cold. And it sucks riding when it's super windy. So anytime that it's cold, wet, or windy, it's not as much fun to ride. You can still do it. It just takes some of the joy out of it. It makes it hurt. If it's cold enough and you got 10 miles to ride, by the time you get there, you're as cold as you've ever been,
Oh yeah, and I think one day probably make me a little bit more hesitant too. I forgot probably the maintenance on the thing too. Compared to when you jump in, probably ain't the same as a car, so you gotta really keep track of all that stuff.
If you get the Japanese bikes, it's really not too bad. Just treat it like a car, change the oil.
But the Harleys, you have to keep track of.
I've never had one, but I assume that they have a bit more maintenance than the Japanese bikes. Just get a Kawasaki, a Yamaha, a Suzuki, or a Honda.
Well, yeah, but did it even make some that look just like the ones on the screen?
Yeah, get a Honda. What's it called? 750. What is it?
See, the only thing I heard that's interesting about some of those cars is they're easy to customize. That's why people got Harleys.
Can't remember what the name of the 750 is right now. It's none of these. I know that. Not the CB.
Yeah, but I was gonna say, but that's the whole big thing with Harleys, right? Because they're easy to customize.
Yeah, they've got lots of aftermarket support. This is a cool bike, the Honda Rebel.
Looks nice.
It's only a 500. It's a nice power for a beginner, lighter bike. I wouldn't say that you made a mistake if this is the first bike that you get, honestly.
Oh, what's the price on that?
Brand new, $8,000.
Just for the whole bike?
Yeah.
You could probably get them for $5,000, maybe used. I don't know.
Yeah, and
and you can pay the whole thing off, huh?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. And the Indian Scout, that's only 11 or 12 grand.
The Scouts go for 15, I thought.
Well, see, that's the thing I'm trying to figure out. Should I go get a bike later before the leave or now after?
mean, go to your local motorcycle shop, go to your local Honda dealer, see what they got.
Yeah, I mean, I would try to find one with a good deal. I don't know, used. I don't know, maybe. I don't know.
And for that,
So
I'd
it's
say
gonna be-
Craigslist. Craigslist.
What's that again?
Craigslist.
This is gonna be your first bike?
Yeah, I ain't never rode a motorcycle.
Well, if you're gonna buy one used, take somebody with you that knows bikes that can look over it too.
And honestly, for your first bike, you shouldn't buy a new one. You should buy a used beginner bike. Get like a Ninja 300 or Ninja 250 or Rebel 250 or Rebel 500 or Ninja 500 or like.
See, that's what I was looking at in the sites. They were selling some for a good price used. But I had a guy that would have helped me out with that, but he retired. That was the guy. And he's in Seattle now, or near Seattle, pretty much.
I mean, the main things that you're looking at is, are there like weird wires hanging out and stuff? Okay, check. Is there any fluids piling up under the bike? If no, cool. Check the brakes, make sure that they work. You want to do a cold start on it. You don't want the bike to be warmed up when you get there. Have them start it in front of you, cold. Sit there, let it fucking warm all the way up. Listen for weird noises, weird smells, weird smoke. All of those things are red flags.
Yep.
Okay. Well, yeah, I was planning to maybe get at some like a shop that's selling it. I probably was not gonna get like it from random person.
Yeah, I mean they sell bikes at shops. You're gonna spend a little bit extra for the luxury,
Even used, huh?
Even used, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You can find better deals on used bikes on Craigslist or Facebook Marketplace than you can at a fucking shop for sure. Not like a crazy difference, but certainly like 20% difference. Like if you're gonna spend $4,000 on a bike, you're gonna spend $5,000 at a shop.
Yeah, that was one of the things. What I liked about the customization was come to Harleys, because I was like, yeah, I probably want like a satchel bag or something, something you could just store in. But
and they make a 1100 Rebel too. Actually, this is less of a beginner bike. Oh come on. But it's still got that same kind of style to it, These are cool bikes.
that's just for 600. So there's one.
That's an 1100.
Okay.
No, that price is for an exhaust system.
Oh,
No, it's not about the price. Yeah.
I mean, talk to Angry. I didn't know Angry works at a fucking motorcycle shop until today.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He'd be a good one to talk to then.
I mean, he just started, but he would know more about like buying stuff from a dealership than I would for sure. Because I've only ever bought on Craigslist and paid cash full up front. Now it's my bike. Give me the title,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. All right, guys. Well, we've been going almost 2 hours now, and I feel like shit. I really do. I don't know if you guys can tell from my voice, but not feeling great right now.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still Tuesday. Some tacos would help.
Yeah, maybe I'll go get some 24-hour breakfast burrito action. That'll make me feel better.
There you go.
I'm
I gotta
almost off
go.
work by 40 minutes, so well,
I'm gonna
30
go
something.
make sure this dog hasn't shit in the living room again.
So I'm gonna get some tacos when I get off.
Taco Tuesday is officially over here where I'm at. So
Yeah, I think I'm gonna go to sleep when I get off. I'm sleeping.
Yeah, I'm thinking about that too. Sleep.
Yeah.
I want to play some Elden Ring.
Oh yeah, what kind of character do you have? Like, what's his?
I still got my paladin kind of build. That has, like lightning and stuff like that, and more strength. I would have been done like the other builds, like I always like my dex builds, or did like an ice or blood or something. But
I did like a sorcery build, and it sucks.
yeah, or a sorcery build. I don't know. The sorcery build could be a little harder.
Well, yeah, because you need distance and time to cast your spells, and everyone just rushes up on you and shoves a sword up your butthole.
Yeah, Surprisingly, sorcerers do got some powerful stuff, but yeah, which is funny. I was doing all the little extra stuff, but no, some of those bosses I'm at, I know I'm near the end. It's just
Yeah,
very
I've
hard.
got the most powerful spells with the most powerful staff, and I still get raped, so I stopped playing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was trying to play a little bit because I know the DLC is gonna be coming way later, but also the Resident Evil 4 remake is coming out this week, so I'm definitely gonna play that.
Oh, nice. Oh shit! Dr. Pepper dropped in $2 just to drop in $2. Thank you, sir.
Nice.
Right at the end, coming in clutch. All right, but I'm fucking ending it now because my throat hurts and talking anymore doesn't sound much like fun.
Have a good night, Honda.
Yeah.
You take care, Hondo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You gotta
peace
take
out,
care.
everybody.
Get better, Honda.
Ending now. Evacuating soul in 5,
Vagina.
4,
4.
Penile.